crushing
Okay,
me, Jeff.
so how long were you at Maggie Moose singing karaoke on a broomstick?
Well, I've had no gaps in job history from that job, so I went straight from there to Pier 1 Imports. So I don't know how long I was there, but maybe,
Wow.
what do you think? 2 years or something?
So wait, you went from Maggie Moose, then you
Mhm.
worked retail at Pier 1 Imports?
That's right.
This is our favorite time of the day.
This is my favorite wall.
This is my favorite chair.
This is our favorite store.
These are our favorite kids.
This is my favorite picture.
This is my favorite place to work.
This is my favorite guy.
This is our favorite place to eat out.
What's my favorite store? Pier 1.
Pier 1.
Pier 1.
Pier 1.
We all have our favorites. Come find yours today at Pier 1 Imports.
This is my favorite dog.
3 years there.
Oh, God. Honestly, that's one thing. Knock on wood. I haven't done it yet. Doesn't mean I won't. Probably when Ilvia divorces me, I'll have to get a second job working retail. But so I've never worked retail yet, but I can only imagine it is as bad as advertised.
Well, my favorite time at Maggie Moose was when people would come in like stoned or drunk, and I would convince them to just try every single mix-in as if I invented that concept, because our manager didn't even like us having to take a penny, leave a penny, because he wanted all of the pennies. So I felt like I was already elevating my career just preying on the weak of from I don't know, whenever the hours were 8 to 9. Creepy people that used to come in there.
Probably get some weird characters coming into Maggie Moose.
Yeah. Like you.
That's like you're over there on like by White's Road. There's some creep balls over there. Okay, so you're helping out the potheads at Maggie Moose.
Yeah.
And then Pier 1 Imports. What's that like when you're dealing with, as opposed to, because I have to imagine those people can get kind of testy. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, they all thought we were on commission, so they really made young Jill work pretty hard. Like I had one man, I was trying to carry a sofa out to his car, and his wife attempted to help me, and he stopped her and said, "Don't do that. That's why she gets commission." So I carried out like a sofa bed to someone's car by myself. People were very, yeah.
Yeah, people can't see you, but you're 5'0" 100 and nothing, and you played for the best college in the land for 3 years. But that sofa bed had to weigh more than you at the time, because you're in high school.
He watched me for more than an hour drag it out from the floor to the car and insisted on not helping me.
An hour?
Yeah.
An hour?
Yeah.
Get out of here. An hour?
Yes, because like, how am I going to pull it from the middle where nobody else is going to help me? I'm in that stupid apron, and then his wife is like cautiously watching me drag it out into the road.
What a bastard! God,
they were all bastards pretty much there.
Not
even my worst customer.
Yeah, what were some of the items that they sold there? Because I know there's like a bunch. It's all like high end, overpriced, weird.
What is the Pier 1 Imports? Is that where Ames used to be? Is that what I'm thinking, or is
no?
Pier,
5 points.
5 points, yeah.
Oh, I know where it is. Yeah. So okay, I guess we'll have to remove that. But so Pier 1 Imports. You got Johnny Salami doesn't want to help poor little Jill move a 200-pound sofa out of Pier 1 Imports to throw into the back of his Chevy Eldorado. And golly, that had to be rough. How many? So that was more, Pier 1 was more of like a furniture kind of place. I've never been.
Furniture, candles, and like kitchen, like knickknacks.
And they had you in the furniture? You're a candles gal all the way.
I'm telling you.
No 200-pound candles. Jesus.
Thanks, Matt. If only you were there.
Oh, had I been.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Chivalry is dead. How old was that guy?
well, I don't know, probably like 40 or something.
So
They were all, the BMW Mercedes crowd, but still like shopping
oh,
at Pier 1 and not Ethan Allen, so
yeah,
they're a little cranky
yeah, that's terrific.
either way.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's
What
some
a
class
bastard.
warfare.
What a bastard. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe, like, there's no way. Shake, I know you would probably be the same way. But
Yeah.
if I saw little Jill, high school, even if it's just a little high school kid, he could be a boy too. If they're having that much trouble that it's taking them this long to get a sofa bed out of a store, like, I'd have to be like, hey, let me give you a hand. Also, I don't want to wait an hour for some little weak ass to push his
Yeah.
head out of a
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, at the very least, just it's got to be efficient, even if you're going to be a jerk about it.
Right.
But yeah, I absolutely know that situation where you at some point you have to step in and help out.
What kind of
And
commission could it have been too?
yeah,
It must have been like a $400 sofa.
Jill's
Like,
really racking
what
it in.
can I, even if I was getting commission, what are you hitting me up for? Yeah.
Well, should we discuss how Jill's illustrious career at Pier 1 came to an end?
Oh, let's do it. Yes, please. Let's. I didn't even
Jill,
know.
is this something that you were willing to discuss?
Sure. What do you
Hit
have
me.
in mind?
What do I have in mind?
Yeah.
How your Pier 1 Imports career ended?
Uh-huh.
There might have been a certain traumatic event that happened to you.
Yes.
Well, do you want to tell us what it was?
Yeah, I stopped working there because I was robbed at gunpoint after helping a man pick out a present for his grandmother. It was all a ruse.
This is this is a bizarre story.
Okay, so whoa. Lots thrown at me. Okay, so we got a guy walks in, says, Grandma needs a present. And you say, well, absolutely, sir. I'm an excellent employee, and I'd be more than happy to help you find a gift for your grandma. Right?
Right.
So then, do you remember what the gift was?
I do. I even remember the scents.
What was
Yeah,
it?
because he was milking me for, again, it felt like an hour. So he must have just been really nervous. But why would you walk into a store? He had like a loaded gun. Why would you walk into a store with a loaded gun, like just trying to like chat up this person for that long? And like I took him to different departments and tried to like understand what his grandmother's needs would be.
Yeah.
So we like he started off like maybe get something for the kitchen, but he settled on a reed diffuser scented with cypress rose and a matching candle.
So what? First of all, did you walk up to him or did he come up to you?
He came up to me.
And you were where? At like behind the counter? Or...
I don't know. I was just somewhere on the floor and he asked for advice on picking out a present.
So after showing him around, he chooses a reed diffuser. And can you explain to us what a reed diffuser is?
Hold on, real quick though, Jill. Did he have a hat on or a hood or anything?
I mean, my memory is not too good. The way I picture him is he had like a white hat on and like
but still,
a
this
gray
guy's
hoodie.
walking around a place that has cameras everywhere. I'm assuming, right?
And a cash drawer that maxed out at like $200. So
Jesus Christ, what a moron. Okay, so yeah, what is a reed diffuser?
a reed diffuser is just like those. They're like a jar filled with like oil and then like reeds that stick out and like disperse the scent.
I've seen them.
So,
yeah.
It's like an alternative to a candle.
Yeah.
If you don't want to light candles because you're afraid of fires or whatever, you can have these things sitting around and they don't work as well. Is that correct?
And
They're
they don't
fine.
they last like a piece of juicy fruit. They're awful.
Yeah. This story is the best because you get an in-depth understanding of reed diffusers and also the most terrifying moment in a human being's life.
Okay, so then, all right, not to get too dark. All right, so we have reed diffusers, right? Then he gets the match. So what was the scent of the reed diffuser?
It was Cypress Rose. I
And
went
then
through and I got all the scents for him. Like I said, well, these because they split them out in sections, like spice scent, or if you want a grass scent, or aqua, or floral. And I said, floral is popular with people that might be in your grandmother's age group. If you're not thinking about like a kitchen, like he was looking at salt and pepper shakers that were in the shape of like chickens before that or something.
The whole time you're doing a great job of
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, you're like, oh man, you know what? They have the lavender, but that's more of a younger crowd. Your
Yeah,
grandma
that's
would
a young
really
man's game.
appreciate the
Yeah,
whatever age rose.
I'm
And
not
those
phoning it
chicken,
in.
yeah, those chicken, you're working on commission, right?
Yeah,
Jeez.
oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Those
This
chicken,
grandmother may as well be my own grandmother because I want this gift to be as perfect for her as it would any other human being.
Got to get that invisible commission.
Yeah.
You know what? Me and Tom talked about this previously, where it happens to me too, and I think it's just because this is the type of people we are, because we are blue collar type of people. Where you went to that job, and even though you didn't like it, you still did the best job you could, right?
Yeah,
So, and
I
Shake would say
tried.
the same. Exactly. At Babies R Us or any other job, you didn't go there and just like be like a loaf. You were there to work and do a job, and you tried, right? And
Mhm.
nothing would piss me off more than seeing people not putting the same effort in as me
Yes,
at a job.
exactly.
So either way, you got John Wayne there. He's got his gun, and he's walking around the entire time walking around with a loaded gun with a
Mhm.
girl in high school, and she's pointing out different scents, being very polite. I'm assuming you're a polite person, being very polite, being very knowledgeable, pointing out different things to get. And he's just going, "Yeah, you know what? She probably would like that better, and she would probably like." Was he like engaging with you?
I think so. He didn't seem weird until he was pointing a gun at me. So he was really under my radar until that moment.
Yeah, that must
Do
have
you,
been a really bizarre
you know
situation
what
to like
you know what it could have
remember.
been? If I'm putting myself in this guy's place and I'm robbing you, Jill, I'm going in there and I'm like, okay, the big thing here is the register. That's where all the moolah's at, right? So
Mhm.
if there are people at the register, then I have to wait till they're gone so I can get this person alone at the register, right?
True.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if there was like a customer that's being a pain in the ass at the register. It's like one person being a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
pain in the ass at the register. So he's got to waste time with you talking about grandmom until that person's done being a pain in the ass at
Yeah.
the register, and then you guys can go up there alone and he can pull the gun on you. Do you think
Good
that could,
call.
like, that's probably what could have happened, at least, in my mind, thinking. But I don't
Well,
know.
and my manager, now that I'm thinking, you're making me think about it. She was in the back, and it was just me and that woman because it was probably during the week or something.
Yeah.
So he was probably just waiting for her to go in the back and grab a lamp or something, and
Oh,
try and get me alone. But you think, I mean, obviously he's not a genius, but like maybe have the manager open the cash drawer, not the high school kid,
yeah.
because that became a problem was just getting the cash drawer open.
Okay. So then let's move on. So he picks out the thing. He picks out the reed diffusers with the matching scented candle. You then go to the register, and you're like, okay, sir, the grand total is gonna be $27, and I think your grandmom's really gonna love this. And he says,
Mhm.
"Fuck my grandmom, empty that cash." And what did he say? Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything. I was ringing him up, signed him up for a loyalty program thing. Then,
Wait a sec. Wait, is this
With his
true?
yeah,
contact information?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's real,
No
but
way.
I remember because you
He
record
signed up
it.
for the loyalty?
Yeah, you write down their phone number on like a receipt paper for the day, and I wrote
Oh
down his phone
my
number.
god.
I don't know if it ended up being his,
Jeez.
but
I'm beginning to think this poor guy like
oh,
had
poor
a good
guy.
idea.
Yeah.
And really, by the end of it, he just decided to pull a gun on you because of all the stuff you were saying.
You think I inspired him?
I'm
Yeah.
wondering if he's talking to you this whole time, thinking like, man, this girl's really nice. She seems like she would like guns. And then instead of pulling the gun on you, it's like, hey, I have a gun. Have you ever seen one of these? You seem cool. Do you like guns? And then right away you're like, gun, take everything in the drawer.
That's so good. So he signs up for the loyalty program. That's incredible.
For the loyalty program.
I cannot believe that he signs up for the loyalty for like.
I wonder if he's redeemed anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's probably out of the clink by now.
That would be hysterical. That would be hysterical.
My God, I don't have the receipt.
So,
anyway, go ahead.
You sign him up for the loyalty program. Then
sign him up, whatever. I do my thing on the screen, and next time I look up at him, he's got it like his gun like at his belly button. And he isn't saying anything. He's just like making eye contact with me. And I like didn't say anything because I didn't know, my brain wasn't at that level, you know, like I'm thinking Cypress Rose and grandmother. So he's just staring at me and I'm staring at him. And that seems to go on for a while until he says, I need some money. And I said, oh, okay. and I just continue to stand there. Like I needed the instruction because my brain like just turned off. Sure. So I just stood there and he said, well, how do you open the drawer? And I said, okay. And then I said, you need to be a manager to open the drawer. And he said, well, ring me out as like a cash customer. And I said, okay, do you have any cash? And he said, no. And I said, okay. And then I hit like the cash button and opened the drawer. And then I didn't move or like, that's just the thing that I remember was like, not like I turned into like basically a human rock and like I didn't think about what to do in that transaction. So he like had to guide me through, coach me through being robbed. So I just opened the drawer and then he like said, can you lift it up? I can't reach it. And then like I had to lift it up and then he like, I held it there as he's like squirreling around in the drawer. And like, he said, what about the others? And I said, I don't know how to open the others. And he said, forget it, because I couldn't think. So he just left after stealing like the first drawer and then left.
Did he take the gift for the grandma?
He did, yeah. I had it all bagged up for him, wrapped up. But there's 4 cash registers, so he like gave up on me because I was being too incompetent.
Man,
how much? It was 200. You said was in the drawer. Like
if that, I don't even. It may have been just like $19. It was a weekday at a Pier 1 in a cash drawer. Like, what are you aiming for? Well, and the backstory is that when they caught him. And like there was like a report, and what he did was like before then he had stopped at a Tantopia to try and rob them, and they also didn't have any cash, so he just stole some like preloaded gift cards and parked in reverse with his license plate parking at the window. So when he pulled away, they took down his license plate number, and then he made it over to me to go shopping for his grandmom, and then they caught him.
Oh my God.
Jesus. That's really scary thinking about that now.
Well, and then
considering how terribly you handled I mean, who can handle it the right way, but I'm saying you weren't complying with him. Whether you wanted to or not, you weren't.
But then there was
I mean, I'm thinking you are really lucky you didn't get shot.
And the thing was it was so subtle. Like there was a person next in line and they wanted to be checked out. Like they didn't even know what had just happened.
Yeah.
So I just like stood there and I said, I'm going to need a second. And I just like stood there while that person stared at me, like staring off into space. And then eventually my manager came out and she said, what's going on here? And I said, I think there's been a robbery. And she said, are you okay? And then I like just started crying and like waited in the back for Tom to pick me up.
Oh my God.
Jesus,
that is sick.
Jill, could you imagine if you didn't give customer service, like good customer service, he would have shot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Jill,
Unreal.
you know what's up? I mean, Jill, I know that's traumatic for you, and I'm not trying to take anything away from you, but I can even see it in you now, Shake. That when Ilvi has told me stories similar to this, where something's happened to her and I wasn't there to like defend her or help her, and it gets me so mad and like so bothered, you know. So I know this story does that to you, Shake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Exactly what you're
absolutely. And
saying.
and to be honest with you, this has always been like the go-to fun. I mean, fun might not be the right word, but
Yeah,
interesting story to bring up and tell people
yeah,
about. Just whenever I remember that Jill worked at Pier 1, I instinctively have to tell people, "Oh yeah, she got held up there,"
yeah,
and it's been nothing but like a joke for me. But this, I'm not kidding. Like that's
yeah.
like intense, man. That's
Oh,
that's wild stuff.
it makes you so angry. You know what I mean? Yeah, it makes you.
And well, and just empathetic for the first time with
Yeah,
poor Jill. Like
yeah.
for her, it's not a joke.
It'll be
You know?
okay. It'll be all right, guys.
You're
I
over
feel
it.
I'm
like
gonna I'm gonna be okay, guys.
yeah.